All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk About Blogging, Blab. I am Hallie Sherman. I am from Teacher Seller School, but originally my blog is Speech Time Fun. Someone else?
Can you hear me? I'm in a different angle. Hi, I'm Rachel. I am from Rach TV Designs. I also am Rachel, A Tall Drink of Water. That is what my blog is. But I just started doing blog designs for Blogger on Rach TV Designs. So very excited to be here to talk all things blogging.
I am Amanda from amandarightnow.com and tptlife.info, my new website. So I'm like Rachel and Hallie in that I'm in two different places. I have two websites, kind of the teacher website providing information about teaching writing, and then the teacherpreneur website providing information about web design and WordPress and Blogger, what this show is all about. So, and I teach 6th grade. What grades do you two teach? You forgot that detail.
Okay. Well, I'm a speech language pathologist that works in a school, and I happen to work with 5th and 6th grade right now. So that's why I am a speech pathologist blogger over at Speech Time Fun, and I've been doing that for 4 years now. And I've decided, based on my experience with that, I decided to create Teacher Seller School, which is to help give back and to teach others how to blog and to build their businesses and their brand and to generate traffic to their TPT store. So,
very good. I teach 3rd grade, and that's usually what I blog about. I also am on a collaborative blog all about the 3rd grade and classroom tested resources. So I blog for 3 blogs right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Andrew.
Oh, Andrea's here. Everyone important is here right now. It's amazing.
The place to be.
And what grade do you teach?
I teach 6th grade. I've also taught 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So yeah, I'm teaching middle school currently, which is very fun. I used to teach elementary, and I'm glad I've made the switch. I'm not regretting it so far.
Good. Yeah. An important question all around. Who is going to Orlando?
Me.
Me.
Yay.
We all are. We're going to meet in person.
Yay. I am loving the meet.
Comments too.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good, good, good. Yay. I am loving it. And is this going to be everyone's first time?
Yep.
Yes, first.
This is my first.
I've gone to local TPT events, but I haven't gone to the big,
The big do.
Oh. The first Blab, yay!
Wow.
Hoping to save up and go next year.
Wow.
Definitely, look into local ones in the meantime. Those are also amazing things to do. So I highly recommend looking for finding local Facebook groups for TPT sellers and connecting, whether that or in the forums. So 2nd year was very cool. Okay. Yay! All right. So should we get started? Okay. First, let's say, okay. So what everyone wants to know, which is the big question in a lot of Facebook groups, is WordPress or Blogger? Okay. Well, I know the two of you have businesses related to each of those platforms. You want to start off?
I actually do have a Blogger. Teacherpreneur.info is on Blogger.
Okay.
I have both. And I love both for different reasons. And honestly, I'm going to be completely honest here. I switched to WordPress because everyone told me to. Like, I was one of those people that I was like, if you're a serious blogger and you're serious about your business, then you need to be on WordPress. And I was like, okay. And I just like jumped in head first because that's how I am. I just jump in and like don't even think about it. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I just kind of go for it. And I'm so happy that I did. And I feel more well-rounded because You know, I know how Blogger works and I know how WordPress works. And there was a really, really great conversation in Facebook today in response to someone asking about the benefits of WordPress. And so there was some really, really awesome, there's some awesome information in there about why WordPress. My favorite thing about WordPress is all of the plugins and all of the themes and just like the dashboard and the back end is just so user friendly. I really like the different ways you can customize using the back end and the front end for that matter.
I believe it's only the paid version of WordPress, correct?
Yeah, I'm talking about WordPress.org, and that's another thing like that people get confused about the difference between. So WordPress.org, it's just software that's free that you can download to your computer, but you need it to live on the internet. And so you have to purchase hosting, whereas Blogger already has hosting and provides that for you. So that's a really nice thing about Blogger is it's just easy to set up and quickly buy a domain name and connect it. And that's all you have to do to get a Blogger. But WordPress is a little bit more complicated.
And I think someone in one of the Facebook groups put like an analogy about like the treadmill, something like that. Like, you know, you're not going to just buy a treadmill and not use it. It defeats the purpose. So like, you have to really be invested in learning the plugins and knowing how to use all the bells and whistles of WordPress. But you can easily be successful as a blogger on Blogger without all those bells and whistles.
I do mostly Blogger. I have done a little bit with WordPress. I'm helping my mom set up her site. So I kind of know, but I was watching something one time and they talked about like, they compared it to like Blogger is like owning or renting an apartment, and WordPress is like buying a house or owning a house. Like there's a lot more that goes in that you can put into your house. But when like Google owns Blogger, so they, you know, are the ones that kind of set the limits on that. And a lot of people mistakenly think that because Google owns Blogger that you don't own your content, but you do own your content. Whatever you put on there is yours. However, and I don't think this will ever happen, but if Google was to be like, all right, we're done having blogs, then yes, they could take your site down, but you still have your stuff that's all yours. And you should back up your blog regularly anyway, so you would always have your backup. But Google is making, you know, I don't see Blogger going away anytime soon, so I don't think it's anything to worry about. But, you know, you do still own your stuff. I see that sort of like a common mistake that people think, well, you don't own it, but you do. It's still yours. It's your content you're putting out there. It's your intellectual property. So Blogger is a little bit easier, I think, as a learning curve, especially if you're just beginning. But that doesn't mean you can't learn how to do WordPress, because I agree with Amanda. I like them both. I think they both have value. And so I can't say that one is completely better than the other, because I think they both offer different things.
Mm-hmm. Like I was on Blogger for 3 years before I switched over to WordPress, and I didn't know anything about blog designers or even any layout, plugins, widgets, nothing. I Googled some free like template layouts that were hideous, but if the content was good that I was blogging about, no one really noticed or cared anything about that. So if you're getting started, I mean, and you don't want to put in the investment of, you know, getting it designed or spending the time to design it yourself and getting the hosting and all that stuff, Blogger is a great platform to do it on. So,
yeah. I mean, they both technically are hosted, just Google does it for you and you don't have to do the thinking.
Yeah, I did find that like customizing Blogger and, you know, like I bought a theme, and then when I bought the theme, I opened the folder and I was like, what is this? And how do I use this? Like it was, I mean, a lot of people say Blogger's easier, but I mean, you got to figure out like how to get a pin it button and how to get your signature to go on each of your posts. And how to, you know, put like a cute little bio picture in your sidebar. And like all of that takes like knowledge and effort, and, you know, it's hard too. I don't know. I think it's all hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Both are learning. It's a matter of what are you willing to spend the time and money into. And if you rather spend the time creating TPT products or actually writing the blog post, you know, you got to weigh out which is more beneficial. But
yeah, and I think all of us have, especially Rachel and I, have found that we really enjoy playing and tinkering and like customizing and learning about like how it all works. And I've almost, like I just posted on AmandaRightNow.com for like the first time in months today. So I'm totally neglecting my TPT store. I'm neglecting that website. And I know, like, I'm fully aware that this is, I'm spreading myself thin. But that's my choice. And that's, that's what I want to do. So I think we all make our choices.
Yeah.
Blogging is tough, and it's something extra to do, and it doesn't matter what platform you're on, you still have to make the time to do it. So it's not an easy answer or an easy fix.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to do it all. That's my personality. It's just how I am. Are you all reading all the comments? There's some really great.
I'm skimming. People are saying yes, that like some of the top TPT sellers, like the top 25 sellers, are still on Blogger, because guess what? That's where they started, 5-10 years ago. Like when I started 4 years ago, there wasn't the Facebook groups. I didn't even know about the forums. Like I was in it by myself and had to figure it out using Google. So I feel like a lot of those top sellers were around even before I got around, and like they don't, people are following them anyway. Like they don't need to invest the time and money and.
Yeah, I think Amber said it earlier. I said good content is going to trump what kind of platform you're using any day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're putting good stuff out there, people are going to come to your blog, whether you're on Blogger or WordPress or some other site.
Good content and marketing it well.
Yes. Yep.
Right. How did you guys all find out about this Blab? Social media.
That's right. Social media. Our best friend and our enemy all at the same time.
Good free advertising, right?
Miss Draft TPT was saying that she really is turned off by WordPress sites, that she feels like Blogger is much more user-friendly and she's able to read through them. And I see what she's saying, because a lot of times I'll go to a WordPress site and it's more like a call to action and like a story, and they're like trying to sell you one thing. Have you noticed that websites are turning more into like this scrolling story type of site? And maybe that's the reason that she rather look at Blogger sites, because they're more Blogger like oriented.
Well, a lot of people like I know on my site, my Speech Time Fun site, when you get to I have like a landing page kind of thing, and it like, is a good like representation of who I am and my brand. But when I tell someone like to come to my website, I tell them to a specific like link, a specific blog post versus my homepage, because that could be confusing and they might have trouble in navigating. So like the best way to do it is to like direct them to somewhere specific if you are on WordPress.
Yeah, I think navigation is so key, and having a user-friendly site where people can go and find exactly what they want. It's funny because I really wanted a website, but I was like, okay, well, what do I write? Like what, coming up with content is a whole other like game. And I saw Brandon post on Facebook about how did you write your first blog post today, Brandon? Because he was working on it and he wasn't quite sure what he was going to write. And
spoke up.
I know he's a baby.
I like lists, and I know, I don't know, I really like, 5 things, 10 things. I think that helps me a lot plan my posts. And I think people like lists too, or steps.
Yeah.
Louise. And you have to blog like your style. Like, what are you attracted to? Like, say you were going to look for, you know, a home design blog. You know, you're on Pinterest, you're looking for a home design tip. Like, what would attract you to some sort of blog post? If it's like a whole story, you don't have time for that. Then you wouldn't be attracted to those types of blog posts. So think about like your personality and what you would kind of tend to, and the layout and the length and all that kind of stuff. The list.
Yeah. I have found recently that I really like the shorter, like give me a quick little tip because I'm moving on anyway. And so I've kind of started sort of testing it out. And so instead of like doing a whole blog post, all the different ways I organize something, I just choose one thing. And I'm like, let me just write about this one way I do this. And so it's kind of helped that way I don't have to spend as much time writing or blogging about it. And B, it gives me like lots of other posts because now each way I organize can now be a different thing to blog about. So I have really, and I enjoy reading one, like real quick, let me read it, get a good idea and use it the next day.
And that helps with like search. That helps with like search engine optimization when it's really focused on one topic. So that's good.
Yeah. Oh, I spent all day on one post and it was like all yellows and oranges when I looked at the SEO and I was like, what did I do? I just wrote my heart out and then I didn't pay attention to keywords at all. And so now, whatever, no one's going to read it. It was for me anyways.
Go back and add a heading with the keyword in it. It'll up your score.
Okay, I'll go do that. Uh-oh, my baby is... Uh-oh.
Another question. What is the opinion on blog design? Blog on the blog considered not good. Okay. Blog designer, you want to answer that one?
It's a preference. It's what you like. I mean, if you like the cutesy, then go with the cutesy because it's your blog and you know, give your personality and your voice coming through the computer. And so you want people to know who you are when they land on your blog. There's lots of ways now. Because I just started blog designing and I do it strictly with Blogger and the Georgia Lou Studios templates because it's actually kind of easy. But it gives us such a fresh, modern look where you almost have that kind of look of WordPress, but it's still on a Blogger platform. And you can, you know, it just depends on the client. Some people love the real cutesy because that's who they are, and some want that more modern look. I mean, if you hire like a real world designer, like whoever that was said, they're going to get real expensive, even Blogger designers, because they charge a lot of money. Mm-hmm. When I was thinking about my pricing, I was kind of looking at what other teacher blog designers charge and what just, you know, real world regular business. And I mean, they're like $300 and up as the baseline. Yeah. So it can get pretty expensive. Not quite a teacher budget designer. So.
I mean, for me, when I finally decided to hire a designer, it was I'd rather spend the time doing something else and not worry about, you know, and I wanted to make it look better than what I can do. And that's what made me take the jump from designing it on my own, and it looked hideous. I really wish I had a screenshot of it. One of the first blogs. Me and my husband were trying to search. It was like some website he found that like you can search like the history of like a website, but we couldn't find it. So, what's your Amanda, your feeling on designing, you know, hiring someone versus doing it yourself? I'm
a DIY person, and I've realized more and more how beneficial it is to know how to do it yourself. Because in a year, I'm going to think my site is butt ugly, and I'll know how to change it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's so beneficial if you're in this for the long haul. Yeah, you should try and learn how to customize your own site. I mean, and I've only been blogging for a year, people. I've only been blogging for a year, and I haven't arrived. I have a lot to learn, especially about search engine optimization, but I get it, and I get how to customize my site, and I know a little bit of code, but I don't know a lot. But I know how to, I'll put my site in here. I designed this site. I'm really proud of it. TPT Life.
My site.
.info. Here's my site. I created this site, and I designed it, and I don't know. I think I just recently purchased a developer's license to have all the Studio Press themes, which is like 50 plus themes. So once you have licenses to themes, you have access to like this whole world of customizations, like at your fingertips. And I don't know, I understand why it costs so much, because it's a lot of work. It took me a month to make that site, and so like months worth of work. How much do we make as teachers in a month? $300, that is like nothing for a month's worth of work. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think the price is right and even too cheap.
I'd rather be working on TPT products and blog content and pay someone else to do it. And I could be making the money on TPT to pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah. But even if you get someone to design for you, don't you feel like you've learned, even after they designed your site for you, like, oh, I want this to be different, and I want this to be different, and how do I do this, and how do I do that? What do you think?
I went through 3 blog designs in my career of this, and finally on the last one, which I just released like a week ago, I realized finally that I needed to like do more research and not like put so much on the hands of the designer. I needed to like guide them a little more and really really understand my brand better, not just like the colors I like and things like that. So
yeah,
that was
I agree. As a designer who has been designing for several people, the more you tell your designer, the more that it's going to look like what you want it to look like. Because sometimes people are like, well, I don't know, do I need that? And I'm like, it's up to you. And so I like the fact that you went and researched and figured out what exactly you want, because then you're going to get more of what you want. Mm-hmm. And it's hard too, because sometimes you're like, but I want this and I want that, and I don't know if I want, there's so many options and so many ways to make it look, and I'm such an undecisive person that I'm like, I don't know what I want.
And like with my experience, like I needed to see it. Like I had all these ideas in my head that I wanted, that I knew what I didn't want, and I relayed it out to my blog designer, but until she showed me it, I was like, yeah, no, I don't want that. And I said it, and she redid it, and it took longer, but I finally have a site that really represents my brand and the focus that I'm trying to go for, not just, up in the air and just anything.
Yeah, I think knowing your brand and knowing, who you are and what you sell is helpful when it comes to what you want for your blog.
Oh my gosh. I love Andrea. Yeah, I don't know. I like looking at other people's blogs and websites for inspiration. I feel like my first website, schooldayssimplified.com, I was just copying everyone else. I was like, oh, everyone how did they do that? How did they do this? How did they do that? And I don't know. I think we all kind of do that.
Yeah, I think blogging is evolutionary, and it changes as you change, as you figure out what you're doing and who you are as a teacher, as a seller. I've been blogging for 5 years, and I've changed direction of my blog, totally doing something different. I've changed designs. Everything has changed. Mm-hmm. I think it's just part of the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so do you want to spend $500 every 2 years, or do you just want to learn it yourself?
We can do that for you.
I don't know. Or we could do it for you. You know what would be interesting if there was a designer that included in their package yearly
Update.
updates or something like that. Do designers
It's
do
like the
that?
iPhone plan, right? Now you can like
New every 2 or something like that.
I'll just pay once a month and I'm gonna just temporarily have it. I hope this is my last one for a while. I want to do this again. But if you think of like big brands, like they've changed their logo over time, like but they've just reshaped based on like the needs of the audience and how like times are changing and things like that. So think like Target, Nike, Starbucks. Starbucks hasn't changed. Dunkin' Donuts has changed over the years.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go into how often do you blog? I mean, I know Amanda, you said yours was been neglected for a while, but what's your best advice on how often to blog or sharing blog content, things like that? What do you think?
What do you think?
I think
You should go for it. How long have you been blogging? Rachel said 5 years. I'm a year, so I'm a newbie.
Okay.
How about you?
Okay, so my thing is I try to blog at least 2 times a month. And if I can do once a week, great. But my goal is twice a month. And like, as long as I'm more consistent on social media, I don't feel it's as necessary to blog so often. Now, since there's so many more bloggers out there, I feel like unless it's really, really good content, it can wait. So what do you feel like, Rachel?
I try to do it a couple times a month. Every year I'm always like, I'm going to blog once a week, and it never happens. And so I finally have just settled to the fact that that's not how I can blog. So I try to get 2 to 3 posts a month. And since I'm doing collaborative blogs too, I have other requirements. But if I can get at least 2, it's good. Sometimes it's 1 and sometimes it's none. It's like if I don't plan for having any posts by August when I go back to school, it's not going to get done. I'm still a teacher, still real life.
Finish one.
Yeah, so maybe because I'm a newbie, I'm like trying to catch up. But for a good while there, I was blogging every week, especially with I Teach TV. That really motivated me because I had to have a post to go with my broadcast. I just had to. So I don't know. I think I'm reading this really amazing book called The Power of Habit. Have you read that? It's
Sounds good.
It's really good. It's on Audible. And so I need some sort of reward, or I don't know, because I've stopped. I'm not doing it every week anymore, and that's sad. But it takes, how long does it take you to write like a really good quality blog post with like images and it's all formatted right and links and you know what I mean?
Really depends on the content. Sometimes I want to blog about it before I Periscope, so I can like provide that link and say, hey, learn more here. But sometimes I find it's easier to blog about it afterwards, because then this way, like I can, see the energy from the Periscope and see the questions, and I then can like take images to answer some questions, and I can think about it afterwards. It kind of helps. So it's another idea. If you can't do it beforehand, you can do it afterwards, and then just remind people like, oh, here's the replay and the blog post about it. So.
Yeah, it took me a good 5 hours for the post I wrote today. It was insane. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go pick up my baby. I cannot believe it is already 4 o'clock. I didn't even eat lunch. But this is about like a big, momentous, conference. It was just like I met crazy people and I don't know. It was amazing.
I usually break mine apart into day, like two days or evenings, like, because I'll write my posts first and like figure out, I think I want this kind of picture there, and then I go find the pictures and watermark them, and add them back in. And as I'm adding pictures back in, I'm reading again and editing. And so I do it in stages.
I think it really all depends on the motivation, your inspiration, and time frame, like how much time you have. Yeah. Sometimes you have a little more time to sit there and just tackle out a 1,000-word post. And sometimes you want to write those shorter ones, and you can do them in like batches and schedule them out. So,
Blogger.
Blogs.
I prefer Periscope.
Video bloggers. I love it, but I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna do that, like all my posts need to be videos. Like I need to be consistent. So maybe I would have like a page in my navigation menu with just like vlogs. Would I just call it vlogs, or would I just call it videos?
The whole concept of vlogging, like the day in the life, like kind of concept. I feel like you can do that on like Snapchat. I don't know.
Well, I know, like, when I'm reading blogs, I tend to, like, I want to listen to the video, but I don't always have time. So I, like, will, like, save those, and I don't always get back to them. Just because it's easier for me to, like, scan and read to decide if this is really worth reading. I mean, but I love Periscope for the, I mean, I feel like it's kind of like a vlog without having to be on a blog. They didn't put it on a blog. So...
You know who's really, really great about like having a post and a video to go with the post is Cult of Pedagogy. So she always has a video that goes with her post. And I really like that. And honestly, like I don't watch the video, I read the post. Or I read the highlight.
The same thing. I read it.
Yeah.
I
really good, I'm gonna go back, but
like I put my Periscopes, I put them on YouTube, and then I embed them on the bottom of my blog post. This way, if someone really wants to see it, they can, and if not, it helps SEO, having it there.
A video?
Having a video, having things embedded and having like the tags, having the keyword in it helps your SEO. So just having it there can just help you out a little bit, whether or not someone actually uses it. Fun tip.
That's cool. Did we talk about why we blog?
No. Okay. You want to start, Cynthia?
Well, I just wrote some notes about why. So this is like, I just went to meet Lucy Calkins, and we learned all about why writing is so important. It's a way to make sense of the world. It's a way to, you know, talk about a teaching topic you're passionate about or something you're struggling with. It's about building community with others, gaining insight into your strengths and weaknesses. Yes, can you tell I scripted this out? I don't know. I just love writing. I love it. It is a passion of mine, and I can't believe that I've only been blogging for a year. Like, what have I been doing all my life? Like, why haven't I been blogging for longer? I don't know. Like, I can't answer that. I have
what
no
made
idea
you start?
Teaching.
What made you start? Was it because you were a TPT seller? And you were just told you had to? What made you start?
I started blogging because I wanted to promote my products on Teachers Pay Teachers. So, but is that what I blogged about? No. Like, I blogged about random things. I mainly joined Linky parties. That 5 for Friday Linky party, I'm sure you all have heard of it, by Doodlebug's teaching. I started with that, and I really liked it. Like, I always looked forward to other people who posted on that Linky party, and I would kind of stalk different people and spy on them through their blogs. And, you know, I got really into it, and I was like, how come I'm just now discovering this? Like, I didn't know there was this whole world of teacher bloggers out there, and it just blew my mind. I was so excited to like discover this and to join in, and yeah, I don't know, I'm a slow learner, I guess, because I've been on TPT for 3 years, but I only have been making money for 2. So for a whole year I made nothing. I looked at my graph earlier this morning because I wasn't sure how long I'd been on TPT, And it's like 1 year of nothing, nothing, nothing. And then I think not when I started my blog, I don't know what happened, but it went up. And then once I got my blog, it went up even more. So it helps.
I started with a blog first, not a TPT store. I didn't know what I started as like a little journal. I thought maybe I was eventually going to create like a private practice and I would need a website. I don't know. I didn't know where I was going with it. And then because of Pinterest, I got people found me and then I was like, let me try the TPT thing after that. So I kind of got started with just giving the free ideas away, not necessarily products away, but free ideas. And I kind of liked the concept of giving back, and that's why I got started. And then when I realized what I can do and the power of helping others, kept going.
I actually started sort of back before teacher blogs were even really that popular. Like it was like teacher chat boards is where you would get all your information, like proteacher.net is where I used to go. And so I just started following I actually went to like this lady's link from one of those chat boards about like hand sanitizer. And she was a teacher, but she blogged about her house. And like I fell in love with it. And I was like, well, I don't live in a house, but I'll blog about my apartment. So I started like redoing my closet and my desk. And so I started blogging about that. And then I like stopped for a whole year. I was like, I just couldn't keep up with it. And so it was like the summer of 2013. I was like, maybe I should blog about teaching since that's what I do all the time. And so I did that. And then that fall is when I joined Teachers Pay Teacher. So yeah, I did it. I started blogging first.
And then I don't know. I know one of your questions was like, what's the biggest mistake we've made as bloggers? Sorry, I'm just like moving this along. But I think one of my biggest mistakes is not really posting about anything having to do with what I'm selling. Like you said, I just post about like things I'm doing in my classroom, and I just, like the post that I spent all day on has nothing to do with my products. And I knew that, but I don't care. Like I want to write what I want to write about, like it doesn't necessarily always have to do with my products. I don't know.
What you and your experiences make you your brand. So what you learned is what you're going to put into your products. And that's why someone's at your blog. It's if they stumble upon that blog post,
that's so true.
Really
that's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's okay to blog about other stuff besides your products. I mean, because then it comes across as just being salesy. People want to get to know you before they're. True. I mean, they're more likely to buy from you if they feel like they have a relationship with you. I think my biggest mistake was I did a terrible job at titling my posts, and I just recently started watermarking my pictures. So I have like some amazing pictures from my blog floating around on Pinterest, but nobody knows they're from me because they're, I didn't watermark them. And then my titles were like all the same. So I a lot of times would link up with Tara from 4th Grade Frolics. Monday Made It. She does it during the summer, like just crafting things for your classroom. And like all of those posts for like several years are like, Monday made it, Monday made it, Monday made, like there's nothing like that tells me what's in that post. So I'm like having to go back and like, wait, what is this one about? Is it even worth keeping? So that was really my biggest blogging mistake.
When I switched to WordPress, I just deleted all the Linky Party posts. It was kind of sad, but I just deleted everything.
And my biggest mistake is, I don't know if anyone knows this about me, is I was anonymous on my blog for over 3 years. So I didn't have my name on it. I was not anywhere on social. I was on social media, but like just a logo. I was just paranoid for stupid reasons. And that was my big mistake, is that I couldn't let my personality show, and I couldn't use me and my experiences to help others and to promote my brand. And I'm kind of doing a lot of catch up now ever since I finally fixed that mistake. So hence why I redid my blog design, because I was like, I needed to now represent me and my personality and not just a logo. But that's why it also tells you that you can easily get yourself out there with just good content, because people found me anyway.
That's amazing that you did that for 3 years as an anonymous person. You know, another mistake.
It was really hard. It was a really big mistake.
But you were still like making money though, even as an anonymous person. So just imagine, like, when did you come out of the
December.
So not that. Wow. Okay. So it will be interesting to see your growth from that. That's pretty cool.
Have you seen growth since you have let people know who you are?
I got to track the first of every month, like, it's, you know, the sales and the following on social media. And ever since December, like, and I went like all in. Like, it was like, I'm now not anonymous. I'm now on Periscope. I'm now on this. I'm now on this. I'm now on this. I'm like, I need to like make up for lost time. And I think that also helps, like, people like are realizing like, I'm just always there now. So fix that cover. Pin your, or is that a myth? Yes, you need to pin your blog post. That's how are people going to find you?
Yeah, I love Pinterest. I feel like most of traffic to my website is through Pinterest.
Like Google Analytics, you can see like where the traffic is coming from, and like 90% of the time, my traffic is, maybe not 90%, but a lot of times from Pinterest. So whether or not like people are repinning your pin, that doesn't necessarily matter. Just having your pins on Pinterest, it's like it's a search engine. So people are going to find you if they're typing in as if they're typing it on Google. So that's why you want any blog you do, you want to make sure there's a really good popping out Pinterest image and pin it right away and repin it and pin it again and throw it on Tailwind and tell other people to
I don't have Tailwind. I've used it. I used the trial, and then I was like, I can't pay this. Sorry, Tailwind. But I probably should.
You do
What? Yeah.
Do you do it yourself?
Well, I abandoned that too. I've been all in on the web design stuff recently, so I started a new Pinterest account, honestly, all about web design and WordPress and Blogger. You know what? Another mistake that I want to mention is I was putting up these like huge images that were way too big, slowing down my site, and I didn't know how to make them smaller without making them blurry. So that was a big challenge. But Photoshop is really, really amazing because you can save for web really easily and like change the size. Same with PicMonkey. You can do it in PicMonkey too. But
yeah. Pinterest is definitely important. I feel like most of my traffic to my blog comes from Pinterest, and then most of my traffic to my Teachers Pay Teacher store comes from my blog or Teachers Pay Teacher itself. But it really helped me when I realized that Pinterest is not necessarily a social media, it's a search engine. And people go in there and are typing in what they want to find. And so you want to have those keywords into your Pinterest description so that your picture's popping up and they're clicking to your site. Even if they're not repinning it, you're getting that traffic and they are on your site now, and who knows where they go after
on your Pinterest site. Yeah, I took this Pinterest course. It was so eye-opening, like just all the different things available on Pinterest to promote yourself, and like you know, making sure to pin like actual quality pins and doing pin audits and like actually checking to make sure that your pin actually goes to a good website and isn't something that's like down. Pinning perfect.
Yes. And also making sure all your pin boards have a description, because it all has SEO and words.
Yeah, I
and all
always
that
like
fun
just
stuff.
leave the description that the original pinner put in, but I'm starting to try and, oh, there's so much work to do.
And the question about pin template, I like to use Canva. There's a lot of pin templates on there for free that you can do, and you can make a template for yourself on Canva. And if you have the paid version, you can save your colors and like fonts and things like that, so you can always just easily reuse them. So that's just an option. But even on the free version, you can, on Canva, you can get a lot of free templates for Pinterest that are popping and clean and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the free version is worth it only because it just saves time. But I just started using the paid version.
You know,
I make it in PowerPoint.
I make mine in Photoshop, and it's really awesome because you just like, you know, the layers. Do you know the layers in Photoshop? You can just like turn your images off. So like I have a canvas that's the size of the Pinterest button or whatever you want to call it. And then I just add different images and then click on and off and then save the images. When like all of them are like, I'll have 10 images on different layers and then I'll turn all the layers off but one. Does that make sense? You can use Photoshop for templates too.
Yeah.
Like I also, in the beginning, I did on PowerPoint, like I saved as a template, just the dimensions. So I had that as a plain file on my computer ready to go, but it didn't have any like, you know, text, anything ready to go. It was just the dimensions. And then I found Canva was just a little bit easier for me, but.
Yeah, Canva is nice because all your everything's saved, whereas PicMonkey, it's, you know, you can't play with it after you've downloaded it from PicMonkey, whereas Canva, you can play with it.
PicMonkey has thrown things out a few times.
Yeah, and PicMonkey is kind of annoying.
Like you can't change the fonts so easily. You have to like redo it all.
Yeah, I don't like in Canva how you can't use your own fonts. I don't like that about Canva. They all have their pros and cons.
Paid version, I think you can upload it. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think the paid version you can upload.
You have to pay.
How much is the paid version?
I think I might have paid $20 for the year. It wasn't that much. I have to check. I don't remember. It wasn't that much because I wouldn't have paid that much for it.
I don't know. I'm finding Photoshop to be extremely useful for designing everything.
Yeah, I'm just starting to play around with Photoshop, so I don't know a whole lot there, but
I'm planning on doing a whole bunch of tutorials, and I have some in my WordPress course about Photoshop and how I use it and create things. Yeah, I'm putting them on that's like one of my top to-do list things, is putting all those on my YouTube channel, TPT Life YouTube channel.
yes, I will tune in.
Yeah, Photoshop is amazing.
We got a question about those boards. Like, my first board when you go to my page is all my blog posts, and then my second board is all my TPT products, and then after that I go into like the different categories. But the first one, the first one's blog. So
Yep, I do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know what's on my top. I don't know. I'd have to go look at my Pinterest account.
But I think it said on the mobile one, it's whatever you pinned most last or recently, that's what shows up first. But on the desktop, it's whatever you lay out, I think.
Uh-oh, just can't find your Pinterest.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay, I'll give you a link. 1 second.
So are we going to talk about our favorite blog posts once you've got the link?
Sure.
This was a really hard question.
I had a hard time with it too.
I was like, every post, I'm so conceited. No, I'm just kidding. I'm serious. I was scrolling through them and I was like, they're all amazing. The one I just did today. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so all the ones that are amazing, what makes it amazing?
I did pick one, by the way, but I just picked it because I feel like no one else is writing about it. And I think that it could be really big, but no one is paying attention or notices yet. But how writing workshop is like project-based learning, like what it's called is how to do PBL during writing workshop. So kind of merging the two. And the reason that I like that post so much is because I feel like it's unique and not many people realize the links between the two. So that's my answer.
I had a hard time choosing too because because some of my most popular ones to me aren't that spectacular, it goes back to my mistakes. So I think the ones I like now are more most recent ones because I'm doing a better job at taking pictures, and so the images look better, and I'm sort of trying to brand them, and so just the overall look of the whole post to me looks better. My writing, my voice has really developed over the last 5 years, so I think they get better.
I agree. I find my more recent ones are just more representative of my brand and me. And I think like my favorite ones are really like the roundup ones. When I round up like resources for pathologists and I give and then I throw my 2 cents in and how I use it. And I think those are the ones that do really well because people like tools and like how-to guides, and they just want to be handed like how to do things. So like the lists and the roundups and things, those are the ones that do really well. I wouldn't say those are my favorite, but some of the controversial ones I find are my favorite ones. They do well too, like tapping into some like controversial topics and real big pain points.
Yeah, those are fun. I did a series about like kids who hate writing and what to do about them. I kind of abandoned that. It was supposed to be 5 posts and it's only 3 because by the 3rd one, my kids made me cry. Because I was doing experiments like in my classroom for the post. So like I was trying to live the life that I'm writing about. And anyways, it was kind of controversial. I need to go back to it and add the last 2, maybe at the beginning of next year. You guys have specific days you schedule out for TPT, blogging, etc. Example, Monday, Wednesday, TPT Tuesday, Thursday, blog. That would be wonderful if I did that, but I don't.
I try when I am really motivated to sit down with a calendar, and maybe when I have nothing like big planned, when I'm trying to just find something to do. But when I have a big project going on, or like a TPT product is taking too much time or something, I might slack and things might cross over days, or I might skip a day. But I do try, like Mondays being my blogging day, Tuesday TPT, my Wednesday I'll work on like my social media and periscopes and things like that. But I try.
I do the same thing. I try. Mondays is supposed to be my blogging day. I do think it has helped me be a little more consistent lately, but it's not 100%. There's times where I'm like, I'm supposed to blog tonight, but I don't really feel like it. So I would rather be creating, a product. So, and when I get in that, like I have to go with what I'm feeling at that moment, or otherwise it turns out terrible and I have to redo it anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like there's always like a burning desire, and that's what I always go with. Like whatever I'm burning to do, that's what I do. And I have to get it done. Like over all else, I cannot, like if I say I'm gonna get a product done by the end of the day, then I'm gonna do it.
Like I might not schedule out like each day a different type of thing, but I always schedule out like, okay, today I'm working on this. Like I knew that tonight I was doing this, so that's what was on my schedule. So like I always know what, like I mean, right now I'm not working full time, but normally I'm working full time. I have a 2-year-old at home. I, have other responsibilities. So like I try to schedule out, okay, I know from 8 to 9 is going to be my Beach Time Fun Teacher Seller School time slot. So I'm going to schedule out what I'm going to do in that hour. And I will write it down and cross it off when it's done. And someone once said, like, you know, you don't just forget about it. You don't get it done. You just do it the next day, sort of thing. Make sure you make yourself accountable to do it. I don't know. That's what's worked for me.
Hi, Kelly.
Wow. Hello.
Hey.
Like I've mentioned in my blog, Like a Boss Challenge, I use the Awesome Notes app, and that's what I use to give myself daily tasks. And I just give myself, like, I don't say when I want it done. I say when I'm going to actually do it. That's what's helped me. So it's helped me do that. So
yeah. And then I like just make a list of like everything I would ever want to blog about. Like if it's in my brain, I try to get it down and just I have like an ongoing blog list of ideas to blog about. And that way, when I need to blog and I don't have any inspiration coming, I go to that list. I'm like, oh, I forgot I still need to blog about this. Or maybe I need to take some pictures of this. So that tends to help me to like figure out where I'm going.
My list is in WordPress, so I'll just create drafts. So I have like 20 drafts with the titles, but no post.
That's a good way to do it too.
And sometimes, like, I might not have any ideas, and I'll be teaching all day, and something comes up, and I'm like, someone must have had this problem that I just experienced myself and solved. So let me take a picture of something, and then I'll go home and throw that image on Canva or make it prettier or do some photo apps.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I never like stop teaching, because I get most of my ideas for products and, you know, blog posts on Amanda right now from my classroom. Like all my posts are about my classroom.
I agree. I don't know how people do it that are not.
Wow, I should become a blog ghostwriter. Brandon, how do I get a job like that?
Seen some people posting about that, like in Facebook groups and stuff like that, where they'll go and research your blog and figure out your sort of voice and try to mimic your style and then write your post for you. It's interesting.
I do myself.
So do you go on like Fiverr? Is that the website you go to try and like find someone to do that?
Well, I'm sure they have them on there, but I think there's like a teacher seller that just started doing it.
Oh, that's cool.
Kelly could answer that.
Oh, well, Kelly's hosting a webinar about it. Cool.
Oh, so someone is writing your webinar?
She's interviewing a ghostwriter. It sounds like.
Wow.
How do you become a ghostwriter?
I'm all about hiring out. Like, I'm all for that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever be a ghostwriter because I have a hard time figuring my own stuff out. I can't figure it out for somebody else. Yeah.
Hey, if someone can mimic your style, hey, they'd be worth every penny, right? Okay, so the last, I think.
Oh, I lost my baby.
Your biggest organizational tip for everyone, like how do you organize your blog and social media, everything?
Messy notes. My notes are so messy. It's disgusting. Yeah, I have this like notebook with different colors for different, and I just bought this at TJ Maxx for like $5.
I like the different colors.
Yeah, I love the different colors because it's like, because I have so many like businesses going on at once.
I just use the composition notebook, and I honestly just this year started where anything goes in this notebook. So that way I always have it all in one spot.
Yeah.
But I like the different colors because then you organize the different, like this is blogging, this is Teachers Pay Teacher, this is social media, this is.
Yeah, so blue is Teacher Pay Teacher product ideas. That's never going to happen. Teacherpreneur info, Amanda right now. I think I have one for like, social media people. webinar steps. Oh my gosh, this was like, Kelly, are you doing this? Those are the steps to your own webinar. Yeah, anyways.
It's Kelly's her like Get It Done with Grace course that I figured out how to make myself a schedule. So, like, figure out, okay, I need to focus on this on that day.
I tried to do Google
It helped me.
Calendar, and that did not work because it kept popping up on my phone, and I was like, this is annoying. Quit reminding me. I don't want to know this. I don't know.
I just jot things down as they come, whether it's in like the notes app on my phone and then I transfer it later to somewhere else. Wherever when the inspiration hits, I write it down and then I decide when I'm going to work on it. That's the best thing for me. If I don't have my calendar on my phone, I'll forget to be somewhere. So, but I always try to just make myself accountable. Like, unfortunately, like in this business, like you have to put some time into it. The more time you put into it, the more you get out of it, and the more you see the results. Whether it's the blogging piece, the social media piece, the creating more new TPT products piece, any piece of it, the more time you put into it, the better the results. But I also find the more time you put into it, it gets a little easier, and I don't find it as stressful.
Yeah. And I mean, like with anything, you're not going to be able to do it all, especially as a teacher or as a parent. So, you know, take one focus and go for it. So if you want blogging to be your focus, then like put some time into blogging. But if you still are needing to build up your Teachers Pay Teacher store, then spend some time with that. Like figure out where you want your focus to go, and go for that. Because you know, like I think all of us has said we don't do it all, and there's times when we don't blog in a month or a year, like I took off. So, I mean, we're teachers. It happens. Real life happens. Don't feel overpressured to get it all done because you can't.
Hi, Meg. Meg's here.
Yay.
Yay. It's been too long. Meg was supposed to be on this Blab. Meg.
Oh, should we have her hop in and talk about
hop on in, like if you want.
Because Meg needs to talk about Squarespace.
Squarespace?
I can talk about Lead Pages. Lead Pages is changing my flippin' life, people.
Lead Pages.
Lead Pages and WordPress, they are best friends. It's not that expensive.
Wonder how they work with Blogger. I have to do some research.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how.
I don't know how it works, but I just know that it's amazing, and you can easily make a landing page so easily for like.
I'm sorry, I
anything.
look so terrible. Hi. Right. Well, thanks. Thanks. So I'm glad I made it. Okay, what do you want me to talk about? Ooh. That's a long one.
So your biggest
I've made lots of mistakes.
Your big
in all
advice,
seriousness.
share with us.
But as far as this is blogging, let's focus on those. So why not? So I guess my biggest mistake when it came to blogging was I thought that I needed to spend a whole bunch of money to move to WordPress. And I know that you love WordPress, Amanda, but like I heard that everybody was going, so I jumped and I did it. And I pulled my hair out and moved my blog from Blogger to WordPress myself. And I was frustrated and I hated how clunky it was. And I am not good at coding at all. So I had to like contact my friend in Canada to get me to help. Like my site broke and I don't know what I did. I clicked on something, I can't fix it. So I knew that I made a mistake and spent a lot of money on moving to WordPress because everybody had talked about moving to WordPress. So I knew at that point that I needed to find something that kind of like worked for me. I'm very much a click and drag kind of person, and then like a box pops up and I put in the box, like I put my stuff in the box and it's done. So yeah, I first looked at doing Weebly because I use Weebly for my classroom. but that didn't seem like business-like. And so then I ended up looking at Squarespace, which is what I'm on now. And I absolutely love it. I like how easy it is. It was, you picked a template and I put my banner in here and I put my pictures and I could drag and click and shrink and shift and, oh, Jess is freaking out. Hi, Jennifer.
I am too.
I don't know.
Jennifer Finley's here. Is
I
she
hope
coming to the
so.
Teachers Be Teachers conference? Do we get to meet her in person? No! My life is over. By the way, Meg, we came to the conclusion that Blogger and WordPress are beautiful in their own ways, and we love them both equally.
Content.
I was going to say, I'm going to have to agree to disagree when it comes to the platform. But yeah, I mean, you can blog on Facebook for all I care. Content is content. I don't care where you put it. But if you're looking for something that's easy to use, what worked for me was Squarespace. Now, the thing is, the biggest mistake I made was I didn't do research before I made the leap. Like, I just went because everybody else was. So why not, you know, go with the flow and do what everybody else is doing. So I think that would be my biggest mistake, is just not taking the time to look and research at what was happening and what was on there. Kind of like Squarespace and Wix are newer,
right?
I guess. They're just a different spin on the blogging website platform. Is kind of how I put it. But like I'm not good at blogging. Like, I'm terrible at it. I can sit down and I can write a post, but I would rather make a video and talk about it that way rather than sit and write and have people correct my grammar and, oh, you forgot a comma here and blah, 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 blah. You know, and that's my mother calling me after I make a blog post like, you didn't do this and you forgot your comma here and you spelled this wrong. And that's my mom. It's not anybody in the blogging world. It's my mother calling me. So to avoid those, I just make videos. So, because I can speak and be okay. But yeah, so huh? Kind of. I don't know what I am.
So then are you a vlogger?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's, if you go to my blog on my website now,
are kind of vlogger, like,
I might be a vlogger. Like. Hi, Mikey. I'm right.
Mikey's here. Where's Mikey?
I don't know what that is, but it's something.
No, we need is Amy, and this will be a rightful reunion.
A vlogger? I don't know. Yeah, I'm the head megabyte. I don't know. Yeah, I do it all. Like, there's a little bit of text, but like, I kind of think of what I would want to do. And if I go look at a blog post, I'm usually looking at pictures, I'm looking at links, and like maybe the first paragraph. Maybe because I can't focus that long. So, and I'm usually multitasking. So I always try to do videos because it's like somebody could click that. Somebody like me could click that and walk around their office or have it on their phone and not have to stare at my face. It looks like this 90% of the time and still get content. So that's kind of my idea. And Squarespace makes it really easy for me to embed my videos. Like the one, I have one up right now about meeting your people in real life. Like your blogger people in real life that I've had for a while. But yeah, I love Squarespace. And if you haven't seen it, here you go. There you go. So yeah.
Yeah, put in the link in the comments. Thank you. And just before we like wrap up and stuff, does everyone want to share one big tip for promoting your blog post and getting it out there and getting people to discover you and things like that?
Good question. I feel like Blabs and Periscopes and Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest are our best friends. And meetups. Are you all bringing business cards to the Teachers Be Teachers?
Because I spelled my own
Conference?
website wrong.
I don't know if I should or not. Why are you laughing at me, Meg?
No, I didn't even spell my website right.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at me.
What did I put?
Meg's crown.
Oh, I forgot Meg.
What
Meg,
happened?
I forgot Mia.
Meg crowns. Meg crowns. Meg's crown. Yeah. Simple is best.
yeah, I am not bringing business cards. The last few TBT events I went to, I had them and I never used them. I'm bringing some, hopefully if it ever comes in time, just some little swag for Teacher Seller School. So if you see me, I will have that. And then since I was ordering that anyway, I decided to make a new swag for my Speech Time Fun with my new logo. But I don't know how many of that I'm really
See, and that's
going to
just
bring.
it. I wasn't going to do business
I'd
cards.
rather that than business cards.
But I did, because I felt
That's
like
just
it
me.
was like a rite of passage in the business world. Like, I have to have a business card to be official. So I did it. So I'm going to have them. If you want to use it as a bookmark, you can. It's pretty easy to spot. It's got paint splatter all over it. So you need a bookmark while you're there. I got them. They're my business cards. Feel free. But I'm bringing, like, other fun stuff where you can, like, take a selfie with me and, like, wear it. It's going to be awesome. It's a secret.
Yeah, like what kind of swag are you bringing? Oh,
I'm
okay.
doing both. You
So
know what I'm going to do
swag
with my
is where
business
it's at,
cards? I'm going to
not
put them in a
business
stack on my
cards.
hand. I'm going to go like this.
For me.
Just all over the place. Just Wayne and Meg. All over the place. Just make it rain. So when you see them
Okay.
flying, I'm short, so you won't be able to see me, but you'll just see my business cards like up here. It'll be good.
Oh,
Cool.
congratulations.
Yeah. I feel like it's tough because I feel like a lot, like the reasons I ordered stuff was for more than just this conference. Like there would be other events that I'd be bringing it to. So
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still torn.
the stuff is all sellers. So.
I have some that I got for a meetup back in April that I'm just bringing. I don't know if I'll use them or give them out.
Are they for
I'm
your?
like here?
Are they for
But
your design? Your design business?
It doesn't, because I didn't want to have to reorder, but I did get a button from Zazzle that has my new design logo that I'm gonna wear.
I got a
Zazzle.
button.
I've never heard of it.
I got a button. You gotta scan me though.
Mm-hmm. I've
It's a cool name.
Oh,
my button has my old logo, so I still have to get a new one.
Definitely bring a button. Okay, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say bring your logo on a button. That way, when people see you, they're like, "Oh, you're from so and
But
so."
what business should I
Where
make a
to?
button for?
Do both. Throw it all on. Like
Okay.
give some flair.
yeah, I didn't
Where's
make
the flair?
a button
Gordy's
with my
here
logo
too?
on it because my button is like ink splatter in my face, and like that'd be too many Megs. Like,
Wait, is this Zazzle.com? This is weird. Is this what you guys are talking about? Zazzle?
wait, have you never been on
I
Zazzle?
think you can also. I think there's people on Etsy that if
Good
you wanted
Lord.
someone to make you a
I'm
button, you
sorry.
can easily.
It's amazing. John! Hi, John!
This is new.
I know.
Beautiful. John's here too. You guys, we can't leave right
John's
now.
alive.
People are late, but that's okay.
No.
John, is John going to the conference? Aw, he's close.
Does everyone in the comments want to write in there one thing they're most excited about for the TPT conference? Plug it in. Like, what's the one thing you're excited to learn or a person to see?
I'm waiting to read.
Do?
Does Harry Potter?
I don't know which way you're seeing. Harry Potter.
Okay, sorry.
Becca, when are you going to Harry
Are
Potter? I want to know. I want a wand.
No, I feel like there's no time to like think to it.
This is not a wand. It is a 3-week trip in like 5 days. Okay. I'll take you up on that. I want, gosh, if I can have both, if I can have a wand and a butterbeer, I can die happy, I think. Yeah, I don't know which hand. I have to figure out which one's my drinking hand, but it'll work. It'll be good.
Is anyone else a Game of Thrones fan? Sorry, I'm changing the subject.
Orange is the new black, yes. But
oh my gosh, Lindsay, I haven't watched the season finale
Orange
yet.
Orange is the new black.
I'm scared. Oh, I love that show too. I love many, many disturbing shows.
I know nothing about Game of Thrones. I don't.
Arya is named after Aya on Game of Thrones. That's how you say it in the show. Aya. Arya? Arya. We are totally off the topic of blogging. Should we say goodbye and have after?
Say goodbye, and maybe before we go, want to remind everyone about our different business adventures going on right now and where they can find us on all forms of social media.
But yeah, I am
Meg, you want to start?
From megscrayons.com. You can find me on Twitter at megboxofcrayons, Instagram megscrayons. I'm working on a secret course, which is super exciting. And yeah, that's where you can find me. It's online. Or the TPT conference, I guess. I'm sorry. I didn't mean, she told me to jump in. I'm sorry. I feel really bad. I wasn't supposed to be here.
Oh, you are supposed to be here. So I just want you all to know that my WordPress course is still open for enrollment, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to keep it open because I love it so much. And I think everyone should learn how to design their own websites, because in a year from now, you're all going to hate your websites. And what are you going to do? You're going to pay a bunch of people a bunch of money, and why not do it yourself? So here's the link to my WordPress course on how to customize and design your own website. tptlife.teachable.com. Arya, can you see Teachable? Teachable. We love Teachable.
Aw.
I think you should just make a commercial where she says that.
Yeah. I'm also trying to design websites for others. So if you're interested in hiring me to design your website, I'm actually currently designing the Whimsical Teacher's new website on WordPress, which is really, really exciting. And I'd like to do more. So contact me, tptlife.info. I put the link in the comments. Oh, you want to sit? Okay, Rachel, your turn.
I am designing blogs for Blogger. So if you are on Blogger and you want me to help you, I will be glad to help you. I'll put that in the comments too. You can find me at rachel@talldrinkofwater.com or all social media as RachBV. That is who I am.
I'm going to put a link to, there you go.
Your portfolio
All right.
is amazing,
And
by the way, Rachel. Sorry. Your portfolio, the websites you've created. They're
really, really good.
Thank you.
And I am Hallie Sherman. I am from Speech Time Fun. That is my blog. I'm on all forms of social media for Speech Time Fun, but that's where I share lots of speech therapy ideas. But I am now also on Teacher Seller School, which you can find me on all forms of social media there, except my Periscope is Teach Sell School because it was too long. And that's why. But I have out now a free mini course on blogging. I will put the links there. It's scrolled up, but it's there, but I'll put another one. And now my paid blogging course is available for pre-sale, but the content won't be available till this weekend. And I'm really excited. It'll be all about making content and getting it to pop and letting it do in less time and making it efficient and SEO and all that fun stuff. Oh, thank you. So yes, I'll put all those links in there. And I'm so excited that everyone came to join us tonight. This is so much fun.
This was fun. I really like working with
us to
you
do
all.
this again?
And I think
I
we
don't
should
know.
definitely do this again.
Yay. Oh, I am from New York. If you can't tell by my very thick Long Island.
I love New York, and I know why everyone raves about it now. It is like, I want to live there now.
I love it. Been here all my life.
Beautiful. All right.
I'm so excited to meet everyone at the TPT conference, and I'm going to click ending of stop the recording. And
I think I paused it.
you did it. Ooh, I hit it.